Good morning and welcome to Heart Mooresville, your small town radio show with a big heart. I'm your host, Christine Patterson, bringing you all the Mooresville news and happenings. And please welcome our special guest co-host, Mr. Sean Owens.
Good morning, everybody.
Sean's our Deputy Director of Experience and Engagement for the town of Mooresville. And Miss Amy Sherrill.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Amy
Absolutely.
is our Arts and Events Supervisor with the town of Mooresville.
Make all the fun happen.
That's right. You guys are like the leaders of fun.
Yeah.
We're just the little elves that make the magic
Oh, yeah.
happen.
That's right. I like that. That's a great way to describe what you do. The little elves.
As long as you don't make
magic.
me dress up.
No.
No, I will make you dress up.
Yeah, you
But
will.
Maybe Sean won't because he probably feels for it because you don't like dressing up either.
I mean, I was Mr. Potato Head for Halloween.
You were.
You were.
Were you happy about that? I don't know.
It was all right. Had some good spud jokes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I'll have to hear some of those. And then we also are so excited to have a special guest in the studio with us today, Miss Amanda Rock, owner of Grace Nutrition.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here with you today.
We are so excited to find out about what Grace Nutrition does and tell all of our listeners. But before we do, we like to keep our listeners informed within the news. Now, couple stories I want to highlight. I talked about it a couple weeks ago, but Sale Again Consignment is coming back to the Charles Mack Citizen Center. Now, this is a huge sale. And when
Yeah.
I say huge, I mean, it's
huge.
It's the entire 62,000 square feet of the Charles Mack Citizen Center.
Yes.
Every inch.
With the exception of the bathrooms.
Yep.
Yes.
It's every square inch.
Yep.
It's so big. So Sale Again is a consignment organization. Tammy is the owner, and she has really done a great job organizing these consigners. It's over 700 local consigners that come every year to consign their items. And these are all local families. So when you're shopping, you are giving to these local families that are just selling their stuff. I mean, this is it. Obviously, it has an economic impact in our downtown area. People that are coming to the Charles Mack that are purchasing items are also shopping at our downtown restaurants and businesses. And it's just a great event. If you want to consign, you can do so until January 25th. So this event will actually take place January 28th to February 1st at the Charles Mack. It's $15 to register as a seller. And again, you can do that until the 25th. So if you've got all of that stuff from Christmas.
Yeah, I would say it's
old
probably
toys.
the perfect time
Yeah.
to like purge some things and try to get rid of some things and make some money while you're at it.
Right. Right.
Perfect.
I mean, I think all of us are going to have that extra stuff, right? We're trying to make way for all the new toys that are going to come in at Christmas.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what a great way to do that. So Sale Again Consignment, again, and that's January 28th through February 1st at the Charles Mack Citizen Center. Local consigners can sign up by January 25th for that $15 fee and list all of your items and
Yes,
get a
definitely.
clean house.
Yeah, come down, shop too. I mean, it's huge. And, once you're done, then shop downtown businesses,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
perfect
mean-
shopping day.
Also, Parks and Recreation has a ton of programs coming up that I want to mention. You can always go to mooresvillerecreation.org to find out all of the exciting programs that they have, but they really offer a lot. And Don Smile, who also used to come on the show, like they have too much to even list in a sitting. I mean, between all of our recreation facilities, Selma Burke and War Memorial and Talbert, they have so many things going on. A great way to find out about those things are they actually publish a seasonal guide that you can go and kind of see and mark your calendars. But they also post about all of them on their social media pages, which is Mooresville Parks and Recreation, and you can go find out about what programming opportunities are coming up. A couple of them that I want to list that are upcoming are Eco Explorers, which is a youth program, ages 5 to 14, and you can sign up. It is the second Tuesday of each month from 4 to 5 p.m., and the location does vary, but this is free, although registration is required. And you can just find out about our local ecosystems. Kids will be able to kind of enjoy nature, the outdoors, and get their hands on some wildlife, which is a cool opportunity.
That's
I think.
awesome. I
Yeah,
don't remember having that growing up.
I know.
It's a cool idea.
We just got locked out of the house.
Yeah.
And we did it on our own.
Yeah.
Because we were told to explore nature by our parents, right?
It's true.
Pretty much. Also, they host some really cool opportunities for parents to get a night out. So
Hmm.
their parent night out events, and I love that they also time them with things that are going on in the area.
Yeah.
So like they'll time them with a Rock the Park event. For Liberty Park. So you can drop the kids off at War Memorial and then come,
Yeah. Enjoy a little date night, and then you have to get the kiddos
Yeah.
after.
love it.
Yeah.
But the upcoming parents' night out, I'll say date night, parent night out event, because it doesn't have to be a date. You can just sit at home and
Have a break.
yeah, I would like that too, right? But again, it's ages 5 to 12. So if you have kiddos in that age range, you can come drop them off at the War Memorial January 9th. February 6th, March 6th, and May 1st, and it is 5 to 10 p.m. There is a fee. Registration is required, but of course you can go to Mooresville recreation.org and find out about that. Another cool thing that they have coming up is Stardust Skateboarding Workshop.
That's pretty cool.
So Mooresville has a really cool skate park. It's actually the largest skate park like in the Southeast.
Wow.
And I don't know if people know that. It's like one of the best in the region. And so they are hosting these skateboard workshops at the skate park. They also have loaner skateboards. So if you don't have a skateboard yet, or if your parents won't get you a skateboard because they're worried you're going to break your neck.
Or if you just got one for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. Then you can come, bring your skateboard or not. They have loaners. But it's ages 3 to 8 and then 9 to 18.
Oh, I was going to ask if they have any
Yeah.
like older kids or even adults.
Yeah.
That might want to try.
Because I think all ages would want to learn to skate. I would need to be taught how to skateboard. I could not just go out with that. But it's January 18th, February 15th, March 15th, and then April 19th. So it's kind of once a month there for that first quarter of the year. It's 9 to 10 a.m. $6 for non-residents, $5 for residents. That is a very nominal fee to learn how to skateboard.
So affordable.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is. And then they've got, really go to the website, Destination Exploration, where again, get out there in the community, explore, learn new things. They've got gardening clubs, which I think I wish I could go back in time and join a gardening club.
Yeah.
So I'm very jealous of Amy.
Yeah.
She
Well-
has a green thumb and I do not.
Oh.
I do. I don't know. There's something about it. When I see plants, I'm happy.
I'm telling you, she goes and it's like she knows how the plant's feeling. And like she can say, oh, this plant's sad.
I mean, it's really water
Let me give
and
it water.
sunlight.
And
Right.
she speaks
But
to
I
the
pay
plants.
attention.
I wish we
And I
had
make
that
sure
talent.
that
Right.
it needs its
Right.
life back in him. I'll put him outside or give it water.
Yep.
It's not that hard, but
They speak to her. They speak to her. Mine just die,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't know why. I have no green thumb, but so you can learn
Yeah.
how to do that. Really, you could probably call Amy, but
Yeah.
you can also go to the Parks and Recreation Gardening Club. Again, those are dates all the way January through April, 4 to 5 p.m. Nominal fee. You can register at MooresvilleRecreation.org. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News. And welcome back to Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News. We are talking with Amanda Rock, owner of Grace Nutrition. Again, thanks for joining us.
I'm so happy to be here today. Thanks for having me.
Well, we are too, and we're excited because we're getting close to the New Year's, and a lot of New Year's resolutions happen around that time,
Absolutely. Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And I think we want to hear from you. How do we make these New Year's resolutions happen? But kind of before we get into all of that, we would love to hear, just for our listeners that may not be familiar, what is Grace Nutrition?
Absolutely. Thanks for asking. So, Grace Nutrition is, I would say, a healthy drink spot in Mooresville. But more so than that, why we opened Grace Nutrition was to create community. Because as we'll maybe get into later, people that are looking for something healthy, whether they're on a weight loss journey or just looking to make some healthy habits, community does make all the difference. And I moved to Mooresville from Vermont 10 years ago, and I was looking for a community myself. And being a wellness coach for the past 10 years, Grace Nutrition offered me a way to get more into the Mooresville community and meet more people. So inside of Grace, we serve healthy protein shakes. We have a protein coffee. We do these energy mega teas, which are super colorful drinks that have a bunch of healthy vitamins and some B12 in there that I feel like can support people, whether they just want a quick and healthy lunch, a healthy pick-me-up in the morning. And then also we have so many moms. I'm a mom of 4, and we have so many moms that just come in through the day. They sit down with me, they chat, and I've gotten to meet so many great people inside the Mooresville community, inside of Grace.
I love that. And,
It is.
and where are you guys located?
So we're located on Highway 21, 2785 Charlotte Highway, right down from the police station. I know a lot of people in Mooresville know I Bambini, Papa John's.
Yes.
We're in that plaza.
Yeah, a little strip mall there. I know exactly where you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where you got to say in the South. It's right next to the Papa John's.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then what led you on that path to open Grace Nutrition?
So what led me into wellness coaching in general was my own weight loss journey. So I went to school for social work, and I feel like I still am able to use a lot of that through Grace and through wellness coaching as well. But really, Grace came from just wanting to get into the community more. So I went on my own weight loss journey over 13 years ago. I've lost over 70 pounds, but more than that, I've been able to keep it off for those through a healthy pregnancy and over 13 years, which prior to that was a lot of yo-yo dieting. And so I really wanted a way that I could reach more people in the community, but have a support place where they could come into and I could talk with them. They could check in with me. More so than just like, here, take this, follow this plan. You're on your own. Good luck.
Yeah. And what was appealing about the Mooresville community that this is the location?
So just being new to the area and wanting to meet more people. And I feel like Mooresville is a place where a lot of people are interested in health and fitness and they want that community. I also feel like Mooresville, there's a lot of people that grew up in Mooresville, but it's also a place that a lot of people have moved into.
Yes.
So like myself, growing up in small town Vermont, I had a huge community around me. When I moved to Mooresville, I felt that, but I wanted to be more embedded into it and be able to really meet more people face to face.
Yeah. I think Mooresville's a good community to get to do that. We definitely, there's so much opportunity here because we are growing, but it does have that small town feel.
Absolutely.
And it is great for that. And I love to see all the new businesses that are popping up and you know, we have so much to offer here in Mooresville now. I mean, you can have just about any experience in Mooresville now.
You really can. I love it in our plaza too because it's a lot of women-owned businesses, which I just think is super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, a lot of, we say like, I want to get healthy. I want to eat better. What is healthy? What do you think is healthy? What does healthy mean to you?
I think that's a really great question, but I also think it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
And what we try to talk to our clients about is just what's going to work for you. Because a lot of people, they dive in and they're like, I want to lose weight, whether it's for a wedding or it's for summer, but they're not looking at the long-term goal. And so I think for healthy for somebody is something that you can manage long-term. In my opinion, and no shade on anyone that wants to cut carbs, that's totally fine. But for me, that's not a long-term goal.
Right.
So we really focus on an 80-20%. 80% of the time you are eating healthy because that's just what you do. But that leaves for the 20% of the time where you can enjoy holidays and you can have you just ate all the cookies at Christmas, but you're not feeling guilty about it because 80% of the time you're eating healthy. You're focusing on protein and you're getting healthy fats and healthy carbs. And sometimes a lot of people don't even know what that means. So I feel like finding a community like Grace or having a coach to help you out is really helpful because especially people have so many dietary restrictions now and different things going on in their bodies. So I don't feel like it's a one size fit all for everybody.
Absolutely. And you kind of told us some of the, about the protein shakes and the mega teas but what services does Grace Nutrition provide?
So we also do wellness coaching. So actually at the beginning of the year, we're getting ready to kick off a weight loss challenge right inside of Grace. So people will be able to come in, they'll weigh in with us. We'll do like a monthly meeting where there's a different nutrition topic that we can go over every week. So that's something new that we'll be doing for the first time and this January. But really as far as Grace as a business goes, it is just a community where they can come in and almost operates like a cafe where they can come in and get their shakes or their teas or their coffees. And then we offer the wellness coaching on top of that.
Nice. Yeah. Now, I feel like, nutrition sometimes, or, saying getting healthy, it can be overwhelming sometimes. Like just thinking about that, right? So how do you find that balance for people and make that realistic?
Absolutely. So when they come in, we go over a wellness profile with them. We ask them, I think it's really important to find out what they've tried before, because then you kind of know what hasn't worked for them. And then I like to look at their biggest struggle. So are you drinking soda every day? Are you going through fast food every day? Do you just sit at a desk every day and you're just not moving your body? And we have them start with one thing first. So one thing for 7 to 10 days, try to make that into a habit, and then we start adding something else. Because having done this for so long, I know if you're just give somebody a meal plan and you say start working out 5 to 7 days a week,
Right.
eat healthy, focus on your protein, drink your water.
It's too
Right.
overwhelming.
That's overwhelming
It
just
is.
me saying that, right? So being able to focus on one thing at a time, help them through that, and then stack another thing on top of that to help lead them to success.
Absolutely. That feels like a more tailored approach to the individual, right?
Yes.
Instead of kind of that one size fits all approach. I think we hear that a lot with diets and oh, here's a meal plan for you, but everyone is different, right?
Yes.
Same thing doesn't work for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. And that's so we really try to get to know the person first. And that's another thing that I feel like is kind of the heart behind Grace is when somebody comes in the door, we're asking them their name, we're getting to know them, we're talking to them about what they do, even if they're not there for wellness coaching, even if they're just coming in to grab a shake. We want to know about you. We have a little playroom in the back so kids can come in and they can play while mom sits. And but just really being that support, I think, makes a difference.
Absolutely. And then do you guys do workshops, programs? So services, you said it's kind of the coaching, right?
Yes. Yeah. So the main idea behind Grace is the shakes and teas when they come in. And then we will be starting the weight loss challenge. As far as like right through Grace, a lot of the wellness coaching is one-on-one. So it's not necessarily a workshop that's held at Grace. When we start the weight loss challenge in January, that will be something that they'll come in for and have, I guess, a more workshop feel to it, because it'll be more than one person coming in at a time, which I think is nice too when you're around other people who are following maybe the same goals or at least on the same journey that you are.
Absolutely.
I think you guys have partnered with the town before on some of the health and wellness events we've had. I know when we did the shakes for what was it?
The walkability event. We did that a couple times.
And then the one we partnered on with the experience team. We had shakes and we had breakfast.
Yes, we did.
Yes, it was. I think it was a rewards or some end of year or something. Yes, that we provided.
And they were a big hit.
Yeah, they were really good. So we have tried shakes.
Excellent.
Before. Awesome. Yeah, I was going to say we need some samples today so we can.
I should have brought them in with me. I'll know for next time.
So I guess, if someone is listening today, and I know we talked about kind of being overwhelming, but if there's someone listening that kind of, wants to get healthy, that wants to start this journey, whether it's weight loss or just eating better, what advice would you give them of kind of where to start?
I would say if they're going to do it on their own and they're just looking to start now, choose one thing to focus on at first. So cutting out a habit, maybe it's even just walking a little bit more, just starting with one thing and then giving themselves some grace. Unintended, to not feel like they have to do it all at once and to just know it's okay to take small steps in the right direction. So baby steps will get them to their goal faster than trying to go in all at once.
Absolutely. Now, you said Grace, right?
Yeah.
And I was wondering, is there a story behind the name? Why Grace Nutrition?
So there's a couple different meanings. One is kind of funny. So Grace, when I was looking for a name for the business, I wanted something that meant something to me that was a little bit different. So when I was younger, I was not the most graceful person. I say I could like trip over the line in a floor, right? So my uncle gave me the nickname Grace. And so that initially is where that came from. But I also just love what Grace stands for.
Yeah. I love that.
So, kind of a double meaning there.
Yeah. But even what you just said with give yourself a little grace too, I think it kind of has that that meaning and a approach to your health and wellness as well.
And I think what you said about just one little thing, like I would love to just drink more water, and that would, eliminate the soda intake that I take. So I think just little steps like that, people can hold themselves accountable, for that versus eat this, you know,
Right.
and changing
Right.
your whole diet.
Yeah,
So that makes
absolutely.
sense.
And I think you'll be so surprised when you do make those small changes, even just drinking more water,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're at 5,000 steps now, bumping it up to 7,000 steps a day. All those small changes really add up,
Mm-hmm.
and then you feel better. So then you're more motivated to
Right.
add on the next thing.
Yeah.
And
You're
the coaching, that's something that you need, that person
Accountability.
there that can,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
hold you accountable, kind of keep you motivated to
Yeah.
make those changes too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk more with Amanda from Grace Nutrition. We'll be right back. And we're back with Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News, talking with Amanda Rock, owner of Grace Nutrition here in Mooresville. Amanda, we are tomorrow. We're a day away, really.
Day away,
Tomorrow is New
Can't
Year's
believe
Eve.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, New Year's is a big time for New Year's resolutions. A huge resolution that a lot of people say are getting healthy. I want to get healthy. I want to
Yes.
eat better. I want to
Mhm.
lose weight. We set these goals for ourselves. Where do you feel like people fail with New Year's resolutions?
I think they try to go all in at once. And when they go
Mm-hmm.
all in at once with their New Year's resolution, it does not provide them with a long-term plan. So whether it's getting healthy or any New Year's resolution, if you don't have a strong why behind why you want to do it, like why do you want to get healthy, or why do you want to save more money, or whatever it is for you, then it's going to be really hard to keep it, because when you are a month into it, or even a week into it for some people, and you're like, well, forget this, I don't want to drink the more water, I don't want to eat more protein, then you have to decide, well, why is it? Is it long-term health for you?
Yeah.
What's the why behind you making that New Year's resolution? So I would encourage people that tomorrow or the next day, when you make that New Year's resolution, really think about it. Why is it your goal to get healthy?
Right.
And if it was your goal last year, what did make you fail? So kind of do a little self-inventory about, hey, I said this last year, I've said this the last 10 years, but this year's going to be different. And so really you have to be the one that decides why it's going to be different for you this year.
Absolutely. And how important is mindset when it comes to, those making those nutrition goals or long-term health changes, especially at the start of the
Oh my
new year?
goodness. Absolutely. I would say it's more important than anything else. Whenever we run a challenge or try to help somebody reach their weight loss goals, mindset has got to be number one over anything, because without having that mindset of this is why I'm doing it, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to make this work this time, you just might as well not even try to do it, because it's going to be really hard to sustain. And a lot of people, especially this time of year, can feel frustrated because they so badly want to lose weight. They want to get healthy, but they said, I failed before and I just don't know what to do. And that's where community and coaching can really come into play to help you out.
Absolutely. And you talk a lot about, sustainable, choices. It's got to be a sustainable habit. Kind of tell us a little more about that. Why is that more effective than, kind of going all in and these very like crash diets, things like that?
Yeah. Well, I think because they all work in the short term. But if we're being honest with ourselves, if you do a crash diet or just do something that's the new fad, it's going to be a fad. It's going to last for a certain period of time, and then you're going to crash out on it. It's not going to work for you anymore. So finding what you can sustain. And that's why I say it's different for everybody, because for me, maybe going to the gym 5 days a week is no problem. But maybe for somebody that works 10 to 12 hours a day and then they go home to their family, that's not sustainable for them. Right. So if they set that New Year's resolution in the beginning, you're almost setting yourself up for failure. So you really have to look at your life and say, hey, this is what I can change, I know, to make me successful. And then those small habits really, I feel like long term, I mean, that's the key. Your mindset and then the small things that you can change is what's going to set you up for success over time.
Absolutely. So, okay. So for those of us that are, resolution setting people, because we want that for, our mindset, I guess give us some examples or an example of what a realistic, nutrition goal could be.
So I think for somebody that wants to lose weight, focusing on losing 1 to 2 pounds a week is realistic. I think a lot of people, a crash diet is attracted to them because you can lose 5 pounds your first week. Sometimes some people, depending on how much weight you have to lose, you can lose up to 10 pounds, but that's not realistic and it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So another thing that I think would hopefully be beneficial for people is that if you're a person that's just eating really unhealthy right now, you don't want to go from eating 3,000 calories a day all of a sudden going down to 1,200 calories a day.
Yeah.
You want to try to do it in like 500 calorie increments so that you can put yourself in a deficit over time. Because if you make that big change so fast, if you cut your calories in half so fast, yes, you'll see more in the beginning, but you won't be able to sustain it long term because there is such thing as your body going into starvation mode. And when you can no longer create a deficit, your body's going to hold on to everything.
Right.
And I think that's another place where people get stuck because they just want to, we're taught to eat less, work out all the time, do all the cardio. And that's not necessarily, actually, it's not recipe for success at all, maybe very short term, but in the long term, you're not going to be successful with that. And you'll actually do the opposite because your body's going to just start to hold on to everything.
Absolutely. So it sounds like maybe a mistake to stay away from is kind of don't go from one extreme to another. Any other mistakes that people should stay away from when setting those goals?
I think self-sabotage can be a big one. You don't want to. Don't be hard on yourself. Like, so you just ate all the Christmas cookies. Maybe, you're going to go out for New Year's Eve and you're going to celebrate, and that's okay. So not beating yourself up. And even so, in a couple of days when it's New Year's and you're doing really well and you ate really healthy, and then you go out to eat and maybe you have, you get really happy with the bread bowl and you eat a little bit too much of that. Like, it's okay. It's going to happen. And I think the more that we can take on the mindset of it's not an all or nothing, the more successful that will be. And I think that's a big mistake people make is they think it has to be all or nothing or they won't be successful.
Right. I think that's something to remember too during the holidays because like you said, we eat the Christmas cookies, right? I mean, I think parents, we are like obligated. We have to take a bite out of like the Santa cookie, right?
Yes.
So
Quality assurance.
exactly. Like, there's no way around that, It is a part of that we have to play. But no, I mean, you also, you're eating Christmas dinner, you're eating all that home cooked food. So, people I think sometimes might want to give up, right? Because they're like, oh, I had a bad day. So I've ruined my diet. I didn't do it. But how do you kind of coach clients to move past that and don't see it as a setback?
Yeah. So the 80-20 rule with us is huge, and just letting them know, like, you didn't make a mistake. You're human. It's eating that potatoes or the bread or the cookies. It's not a mistake. That is part of your lifestyle. And I think the more that people can take that on, because I guarantee you, if you can be on 80% of the time, like you just eat healthy. That's just what you do. You eat, a balanced meal. You have your protein, you have your fats, you have your healthy carbs, you're drinking your water. 80% of the time, that 20% of the time where you're at a birthday party or you're enjoying New Year's Eve, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to mess you up. You're not making a mistake. You're living your life.
Yeah.
And I think the more that people can understand that and not beat themselves up about it, the more successful they can be.
Absolutely. And then I guess for people that are interested, kind of talk to us a little bit about that coaching experience. If they're interested, they want to, call and sign up. What does that look like? How long is the period of time? What do those meetings look like? Are they, at location? Are they, what do the meetings consist of?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So it's really individualized to every person. So we know that some people that we work with, they're really busy. So we might just jump on a Zoom call with them once a week.
Right.
Some people, they want to do every other week. So it's really tailored to what the person needs. Some people want the in-person. So they'll come into Grace 3 times a week, 5 times a week to just come in. And especially in the beginning, they need that extra support. So typically if somebody contacts us and they're interested in a program and us helping them, get onto a healthy, active lifestyle, then we'll kind of go through with them what we talked about before, what they've tried in the past, and then set up a schedule with them there. Typically, we follow up on days 1, 3, 5, and 7 in the beginning. And then after that, it can be more spread out, but it really is tailored to what the person needs for them. So in person, it can be online, it can be on the phone, whatever works for them.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, really
Make it easy.
Fits with your lifestyle.
We try to keep it simple for people.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. We are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk some more with Amanda of Grace Nutrition. All right. We'll be right back on WSIC News. Welcome back to Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News. We are talking with Amanda Rock, owner of Grace Nutrition. We've heard some really great advice from you today, Amanda. Again, thank you so much for joining us. I definitely want to highlight the Body Transformation Challenge that you all have coming up on January 5th. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm really excited about that. So we've talked a lot about weight loss, but sometimes, especially coming into the new year, it's not all about weight loss for people. Sometimes people are just like, I want to get healthy, but I don't know how. So that's why we call it a body transformation challenge rather than a weight loss challenge, because everyone is welcome to join it, whether they're looking to put on weight, maybe they just want a community of other people that are making some healthy habits and they don't know where to start, because that will definitely be included in it, or they do want the weight loss too. So we can offer all of those things and guidance for all of those things for them.
Absolutely. And I think that's important to remember, because not everybody does want weight loss. Some people want to gain weight or, just be healthy. I think, like you said in the beginning, healthy looks different for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. And so when we do the initial intake with people, or if somebody's interested and they come to us, we'll find out what their goal is. So if maybe it's just to maintain their weight, but in a healthy weight. Sometimes, we do have people come in that you would look at them and you would think that they're healthy because they're thin and they look fit, but their bodies are just unhealthy. We have a lot of people come in with digestive health issues and they're just like, nothing works for me. And so we can offer them guidance on how to get their bodies healthy, not just with weight loss.
Absolutely. And then you all have some offerings for the kiddos too that come in, right?
We do, which is really, really exciting. So when I started Grace 5 years ago, I was actually pregnant at the time. And so I'm like, okay, I'm building this business. I'm growing a baby. She's going to be in here with me. So that was one of the reasons, another reason why I wanted to have my own business. And so we have a playroom in there. So a lot of moms will come in, dads, anybody with their kids. And we offer protein shakes and some healthy hydrating drinks for them as well. So you hear all the time, my kid is so picky. How can I get more protein into them? I don't want them to drink the juice. I don't want them to have all the sugar. So we have a couple of healthy options for the kids too. And, they come in and they get a shake. And sure, we might put a couple sprinkles on it or a little couple Oreos in there or some whipped cream on top. But the base of the shake is very healthy and they're getting in good nutrients and protein as well.
That's great.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's the 80-20 right there. The 20% is the sprinkles.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You got it. Absolutely.
I like that.
And all kids want what their parents are having too. So when mom comes in and has her shakes, the kids want one too, and they think it's cool that they can get their own.
That would be a huge deal. Yeah. If you take your kid and you can't get the shake that mommy's drinking. Oh yeah.
Right. And they drink half of yours. So you might as well just get them their own.
Yes, exactly. Now, is there a favorite flavor among adults with the shakes? Like, do you see one that is more
popular?
Absolutely. So we have two big ones, brownie batter. I know it doesn't sound healthy. It is, I promise. And peanut butter Oreo, which is my favorite. The kids tend to like the funfetti one because it comes with the sprinkles. So they're they lean toward that one.
Yeah.
But And we have a refresher that has some hydrating stuff in it called Elsa that a lot of the kids like to come in and get that too.
Nice. Now, you were talking about the mega teas. Now, what flavors do those come in? Because those sound interesting.
Oh, my goodness, girl. Any flavor that you can think of, they come in. So we have some that are sweet. We have some that are sour. A mix of both. We have like a Sour Patch that's a little bit of both, but with strawberry pineapple. We have some blue raspberry ones. Literally any flavor that you can think of.
Nice.
We have like some strawberry acai, pomegranate, a lot of different things that
Are
they
they
can
hot
get.
or cold teas?
So the mega teas are cold teas.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually a big 32-ounce cup, and it has like B12 and guarana and ginseng and caffeine and a lot of different healthy. So, and the really cool thing, I'll say this, is that our tea is extracted with water instead of alcohol. So it works on your metabolism instead of your central nervous system. So you're not going to get that crash that you might get from coffee or something. You just get this nice clean boost of energy with it. So.
Now, are there people that, come in for like the shakes and the teas and maybe don't do the coaching or vice versa?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, all the time. So I would say the majority of people that we have coming into Grace are just coming in to grab a shake or a tea.
Okay.
And so in the new year, we're hoping to kind of not flip that, but maybe equal that with reaching the community more to really let them know everything that we do have to offer is just beyond a shake and a tea.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Amanda, thank you so much for joining us. This has been super informing. We appreciate you taking the time to come.
Where could
Absolutely.
we get more information? Do you have a
Yeah.
website, social channels?
Absolutely. So our social media is the best place to reach us. So Grace Nutrition 704 on Instagram and on Facebook. And also you could always email me. It's rock, ROCK, FIT, Inc. INC @gmail.com. Or we'd love for you to just stop in and see us in Mooresville.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
check it
thank you,
out.
Amanda.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, lots going on in Mooresville. The town of Mooresville each year hosts a Our Town Stage Entertainment Series. And it is in full swing right now. We kicked off the series in December with Christmas with Elvis, which is always a favorite
Very
show.
popular.
Stephen Freeman does
People
an
love
amazing
Elvis.
Elvis show.
That was an Elvis?
Actually,
It was close.
it was as close
Stephen
as you can
Freeman.
get. I know.
It
I
was
know.
pretty close. It was hard to tell.
I know.
Yeah.
He came back just for Mooresville. Just for Mooresville. He
Did an
came
amazing
back.
job.
No, it really felt like that. You felt like you were at
Yeah.
an Elvis show.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. But we also have shows January through April this year. It is, once a month, and we bring some really high quality shows. These are programs that, they're national performers. They're not just cover bands. These are, number one tribute acts that we see that tour nationally. And our January 17th is the next opportunity. This is songwriter girl, Shelley Ruffin does a Carole King tribute. It is an amazing show. Shelley Ruffin does an excellent job telling stories about Carole King. You will learn about Carole King. You will hear some great music, all of her greatest hits. It really is a great Carole King show. If you are a fan, you want to get tickets for this show. Tickets can be found at mooresvilleevents.com. But it's not just January. It goes on February, March, April. And we have some great shows lined up, back by popular demand in February for the Murder Mystery Dinner Theater.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder
Friday.
whose date's going to get murdered.
I don't know.
Friday
It's a
and
mystery.
Saturday shows.
Can you put that in advance? Can you call ahead?
I know, right? Now, this will be your first experience with Murder Mystery.
I hear it is like hugely popular, sells out immediately almost.
Yes.
Yes.
But really, really cool themed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And
The
it's,
cast, the crew,
know.
everyone with Sigmund Theatrical. They're amazing. So I'm excited.
I am too. We had to add on an entire day for this because we had probably 300 people on the waiting list. And we can
Wow.
fit about 320 in that room. The first day sold out. We used to only do one day, and then there were hundreds of people on the waiting list. So we did an entire second day. Now that day sells out. So we might have to add a Sunday showing or a Thursday evening showing. I mean, it really is super popular, and it's something a little different. And Sigmund Theatrical they're professional performers. They do an excellent job tailoring the story that they designed just for us. So it's a cool experience, and the dinner
It's
is
fun.
great.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
Something different.
It's date night for Valentine's. Perfect timing.
Yeah, so it's something different, that you don't see everywhere. So I would get my tickets early though, because like we said, it will sell out.
They're already on sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get them now.
That's right. mooresvilleevents.com. And then March and April shows are also really, really great show options. March, we have The Sounds of Memphis coming. So a lot of great artists that will you'll hear in that show. And then we also are going to end with September, an Earth, Wind, Fire tribute, which is one of our most requested, or another highly requested show, I'll say. We've been trying to get a couple of the shows in this series to, on the kind of rotation, because we get a lot of requests from people, and we always want to make sure that we're bringing shows that people like to hear, and it's what they want to get their tickets for. And so we're trying to fit them in as we can. We also, we want people to be able to see shows right here in their own backyard.
Right. Without having to go to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real intimate experience too. I mean, only a couple hundred people get to attend, so you're gonna get a great seat and great experience.
That's right. And like Amy said, you don't have to drive to Charlotte. This is somewhere where you can, see that right here in the Jovi Knox Auditorium, which there's not a bad seat in the house.
No.
I mean,
No.
truly not. So like we said, indoor series at Jovi Knox, Our Town Stage Entertainment. That is mooresvilleevents.com to get all your tickets. There's also a lot of program ideas or program options coming up. Like we said, Parks and Recreation has programs at all of the recreation facilities throughout Mooresville, Selma Burke, War Memorial, Talbot Recreation. You can go to mooresvillerecreation.org and find out all of the opportunities that are coming up if you want to go to one of those. Also, the library, Mooresville Public Library, has tons of things going on. Mooresvillelibrary.org is their website. You can get involved. Go to a book club. They have tons of stuff going on. So we have enjoyed talking with you again, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we hope everyone has a great week. A happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Thanks for listening. All right, we'll see you next week.